Hello, I'm Jeff Myers, and welcome to Elgin Today. On this edition, a big crowd at the Gail Borden Public Library on Thursday, August 29th for the Elgin Census 2020 kickoff celebration. We will talk with some of the folks in the know in attendance on this day. Elgin, courtesy of the Elgin Area Visitors and Convention Bureau, will become a potential site for that perfect wedding as we play host to a Ring Around Elgin walk and also a chance to visit 10 different venues to find that very special place for your special day. Wendy Howard of Explore Elgin has the details. The City of Elgin Special Events Coordinator, Kate O'Leary, has plenty of information about events that take place this month of September in our city. The crowd showed up early and in big numbers at Wing Park on Saturday, August 17th for the second annual Back to School Barbecue. This event, put on by Elgin City Council member Corey Dixon, with help from many, was a big success. We'll talk with Mr. Dixon and others about this great Elgin Day. The Mayor David Captain segment features a familiar business that has been in downtown Elgin in several locations since 1961. The mayor talks with Dave Anderson of Anderson's Plaques, Trophies, Engraving, and Wedding Invitations. National Night Out 2019 was fun and informative for all. We will get a chance to talk with a couple of Elgin City Council members, plus a quick look at an incredible showing of strength by the Elgin SWAT team in competition against the National Guard and the pulling of a 21,000-pound vehicle. We'll have these stories and more on this edition of Elgin Today.
A well-attended event it was at the Gail Borden Public Library, the Elgin Census 2020 kickoff celebration on Thursday, August 29th. The day included the library unveiling the world's largest census tablet. It was amazing. Let's hear from some of the folks involved, including the Assistant City Manager, Laura Valdez-Wilson, about Census 2020.
Oh, the census is critically important to any community, especially in Elgin. We've continued to grow for a very long time, and we want to make sure that we're capturing all that growth with people who are moving in here, families who are moving in here, and no matter the age, people need to be counted. Because what that means over the next 10 years is it means significant dollars that come into our community that we need for resources, for road infrastructure projects. Also, it helps overall tell us the type of representation that we need, and we want to make sure that we don't lose any representation at the state, federal level. So it's critically important that people participate in the census. If you ever have any questions, go to the Gail Borden's website. They already have a website set up, so it's gailborden.info/census, and you can find out all the information that our local complete count committee is doing. But it's just, we cannot stress enough. So if you want to be an ambassador for your family or for your community or for your neighborhood to learn more about the census so that you can go and help spread the word, please go to the website, contact one of us, and we can help you get started to help us.
In 2020, more online and more help that way.
Yes. So this year the Census Bureau is pushing an online census form. And so basically what we're being told is happening is that people will get mailed a card, and on that card will be an identification number that you have to enter into the census website so that you can actually go through and fill out your census form. You can still fill out the census on paper or over the phone, and they're translated into multiple languages, but just be prepared that this is what's going to be coming probably in March timeframe so that people fill out the census April 1st, 2020.
Also among the dignitaries present, we talk with community-minded Jaime Garcia, who is a member of a census committee.
The overall committee, what the mayor's advisory committee sees overall that the things are going well, but the real work is done by the actual committee and subcommittees that are working to be sure that everybody is contacted and everybody is counted and everybody knows about the census and what it means, whether, especially those that do not speak English or speak it very little, and so they need to know about it. And that's why I was invited to be part of that. And Centro de Información, we're going to be involved with this to be able to get the message out to everybody, that everybody needs to be counted.
We've got literally dozens and dozens of volunteers that are going to work with us from organizations throughout the city. Great representation. When we started this, I met with them and I said one of the things we need to do is make sure that we will bring forward people that the people in this city and the residents of this city can trust. And that's what we want to do. We want to have trust in this city. We're very proud of it, all the way from the mayor down to the police department, people in the city hall. We want people to be able to be counted and be fair and know that they will be treated fairly and with respect.
Well said. It sounds like you can get help. If you need more bodies to find folks, you can find that.
That's exactly right. It's a hard thing for us to do. We're counting people that have no home. We're counting people that have homes. We're not counting how many people are living in a house. That's not our goal here. We want to count every man, woman, and child in the city of Elgin, if we can do that.
We're at 60 South Grove, and also we're at Explore Elgin, and Wendy with an I Howard is with us. Wendy, you're the sales manager here, is that right?
Yes, I am.
You've got the month of October's great for us. Tell me what we're going to do.
We're really excited. We're bringing back Ring Around Elgin, which features 10 fabulous venues in the Elgin area for couples looking for a place to book their wedding.
Wonderful. The day is for this?
It's Wednesday, October 9th, and it goes from 4:30 to 8:30, but we're going to open the doors at 4 o'clock for registration over at Imago Events.
All right, and we'll be at 9 other events as well. Tell us how that day works.
So basically, people get to look before they book. They can check out any of the venues they'd like. On our website at exploreelginarea.com, we'll have a list of the venues, how big their capacity is, what their features are. Do they have an outdoor venue? Like the Haight is going to be opening theirs very soon. Yeah, we're excited.
Well, that's exciting. How do we register?
You can go online. Again, go to our website, exploreelginarea.com. The event is free. You can win some great prizes and get some cool things to take with you. But we suggest make sure you sign up ahead of time so that all the venues know how much food, drinks, things to have for those attending.
October 9th it is. That's John Lennon's birthday, so it's a very historic day.
Yes, it is.
For all folks getting married, I would think. So that's great to know, and we appreciate that. Ring Around Elgin, we officially are calling. Is that? Did you come up with that, or
Ring Around Elgin. It was a team effort. Ring Around Elgin, and this one we're calling it an Autumn Wedding Walk, because it'll be a beautiful autumn evening, and they'll get to walk around Elgin and see what we have to offer.
Some of the other venues?
Oh, gosh, there's a whole bunch. Grand Victoria Casino, Dream Hall, Lord Park Pavilion, Heritage Ballroom. Highland Lofts, our new location. Plank Road Tap Room, even out at Giffords.
And in downtown, Anderson, our Trophy Man, is great with wedding invitations, isn't he?
Yes, and we'll be featuring other vendors like that. Like Anderson's, we'll also have florists like Town and Country, bakeries like Herbs. A bunch of different vendors will be at the location, so they can see a little bit of everything they'll need for their wedding.
So it's Ring. Can I do this? Ring Around Elgin. Hold up that ring finger.
My pretty ring.
There's the official one right there.
Ring Around Elgin.
October 9th it is. Takes place, and we appreciate that. Wendy with an I Howard.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to us. Next, let's talk with Kate O'Leary, the relatively new special events coordinator for the City of Elgin. The month of September has several fun events, and we caught up with Kate at her office at the Edward Schock Center of Elgin.
We are very excited for the Illinois Brews at Bose coming up on September 14th at the Bose Creek Country Club here in Elgin. The event runs from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m.
It's a wonderful fundraiser, isn't it?
It is, yes. It does benefit the Elgin Youth Scholarship Recreation Fund.
Can we get more details up online?
Absolutely, yes. It is on our website. There's also a Facebook event if you want to search for that. I can give you a little bit of information. There is a VIP ticket available in advance. If you purchase online ahead of time, you do get an hour early into the festival, so you can get there at 3 o'clock, and they do have some extra snacks for you as well.
Oh, wonderful. That's a great event. Randy Riepel was so proud of that one.
It is. It's a really nice one. It's one that everybody kind of gets involved with, and it's just a really good time. There's music, there's beer, there's dancing. It's great.
September is a busy month. What else do you have for us?
Yes, we also have the 9 Wine and Dine event that's coming up on Tuesday, September 24th. That event starts at 2 p.m. It's also at the Bose Creek Country Club. It is a ticketed event, so you should also purchase your tickets early for that one as well.
That's at golf and cocktail party, isn't it?
It is, yes, golf and cocktail party, and it's another fundraiser both for the Youth Scholarship Fund as well as the WOW. It's the Women's Organization for Wellness, and they focus on breast health awareness.
That's a relatively new event, but it's caught on wonderfully.
It has, yeah. It's another really fun one where you just go out with some friends, have a nice day outside.
Also, one of our favorite events in its 11th year, September 21st, will be the Elgin Short Film Festival.
Yes, it's another one that's returning that's hugely popular. This year, they're going to have another set of really great movies to screen. The event is going to start at 6 p.m. with the red carpet, as it does, and then the movie screenings start at 7.
Mike Toomey will be on the red carpet, and also your MC, of course. You get to see all the movies, either before or after, don't you?
I do, yeah. I make sure I get out there to see all of the Actually, all of the ones that are submitted, I try to take a look at. Yeah.
Future years, we could make you a judge.
I hope so. I'd be honored.
It's great. It's great that Elgin has so many events in September. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it is. It's nice. It's a nice closeout to summer. It's a nice way to kind of end the season before we get gearing up for our fall and winter events.
And you've been just the special events coordinator for a few months now. It's a wonderful job, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is a really wonderful job. It's very fast. It's very interesting, and every day is something new, which I like.
We are so delighted the parade went so smoothly this year.
It did. Yeah, I had a great team the entire way. My parade committee was with me every step, and I could not be more grateful to them for that. And then all the volunteers that showed up just really made it run smoothly.
All right. Well, Kate O'Leary, thanks a lot. We appreciate all your hard work. And, of course, the month of October will have more events for us as well. So you're always working, aren't you?
Always working. Always working. Yes, sir.
The month of August meant back to school for students of all ages. And on Saturday, August 17th, Elgin City Council member Corey Dixon, with help from many, held a back-to-school barbecue at Wing Park as backpacks were given for free to students. Let's talk with some of the folks.
Hi, my name is Deb Perryman. I am the science coordinator for School District U46. So I serve all of the kids of U46 and their science needs. And my job today at the picnic is greeter, and I'm enjoying it very much.
We came early. The crowd's incredible.
It's much bigger than last year, and even with the weather, it's pretty exciting. Lots and lots of people here today.
How important is it to the kids getting the free go back to school bag?
I think it's very important. Kids need supplies. They've got to have the supplies, and so if they need those supplies, we're here to help them get those supplies. And I also just think in general, it's really, really important for them to see this send off from the community, that we want all of our students to know how much we care about them. We want them to know that we want them to be successful. And it's great that we have this event, and Corey Dixon and all the crew putting it on for those kids.
It's a wonderful event here at Wing Park. Hey, you went back to school in mid-August. Now, you loved it, you said on Facebook.
I loved it. No. I always love going back to school. It's exciting because you get to see new friends, but it also, for me now in my new role as an administrator, I get to see the fruits of all the support I've been giving over the years and see that our conversations are shifting. And so our teachers are having conversations about instructional practices that are going to really help support kids in their learning. And so for me, it's worth leaving the classroom for that reason.
Hi, I'm Audrey Hinchley from Highland Elementary PTO. I am the president there.
And today you've got what here?
We sponsored a bounce house today, and for the kids to enjoy a little bit more fun and entertainment here while they're waiting or eating or whatever they need.
This is a great event, isn't it?
It is a great event. Our families are really close. This is right in their backyard. Our school is probably the closest elementary school, so it's really nice to come out and sponsor and help out Corey and be a part of the event.
Corey Dixon, this second year is wonderful.
It's truly wonderful. It's really remarkable. When we look over past my shoulders here and you see all these folks out here, coming out here having a great time, it just really warms my heart. So this is going fabulous.
It was an early arriving crowd, I might add.
It was a very, they get here, 11:30, 11:15. They start lining up, for this free food for the backpacks. So, I really can't blame them. So I'm glad that they get here and they sit around and they enjoy this great music. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just a beautiful thing.
Corey Dixon, when you see this playing out like this, must make you feel wonderful.
It does. When you have a vision and you want to see something come together and be that vision, and for that to happen and really just turn out to be everything that you wanted and more. I'm really just humbled by that, really, So it's not just a work of just me. It's really the effort of my team, my volunteer team, also to all of the community partners who have come out, all the folks who have donated, from the Walmarts to the Sam's Club to, Blush by Tiffany's to, just everybody. It's just countless organizations that have come out here and supported. Greater Elgin Family Care Center, just Meridian Healthcare. The list just goes on and on and on.
Congratulations, Corey Dixon, and a nice job. And there was even cold treats for everyone present from the Elgin Police Force and Chief Anna Lally and her officers. What a day it was. It's time for our segment with Mayor David Captain. Mayor, we're outside.
We are. We're outside, and we're in beautiful downtown Elgin. We're going to meet with a special guy. And, part of the things that we wanted to start talking about is longtime businesses within the city of Elgin that have put in you know, their heart and soul goes into this, whether they're an industry or a small business, as we're going to talk about today. And with us is Dave Anderson, whose father started a gift shop and a card shop in this town in 1961. Dave, you've been here for a long time. You've been running the business after your father and in a couple of different locations. And tell us about how your father got started. Why did he pick Elgin?
All right, Dave Anderson with an E, that is. Dave, we appreciate you being with us.
My dad came from Villa Park, and he had a delicatessen in Villa Park. And it was taking a toll on his health because he works so many hours. And he wanted to take a job where he could work less hours. And someone suggested to him that he get a gift shop. And so he started looking around the whole area. He went to Aurora, he went to Wheaton, he went to Naperville. He went a lot of places. And then he came into Elgin. And he found an empty store on the corner of 170 DuPage, kitty corner from Sears. And the light went on. And he came home and told my mom, he said, I think I found the perfect spot. And he came in and opened up a Hallmark store. Was there for a number of years. When I went through college, went to Elgin Community College, and went to four-year college, finished up, and then in the Army, and then I came back, and then I pretty much took over after him.
Like in 1972-ish?
72, yeah.
Yeah. So you've had 3 locations prior to this, 27 North Grove.
Correct.
All right. And Dad, of course, is on the wall. Dad was a great man who, when he enjoyed Elgin, we liked that line, don't we?
Absolutely. You know, and at that time, Elgin was a different community. There were a lot of small businesses. My father was a small businessman, and as Dave pointed out, downtown we had our own anchor stores, but they're nothing like that we're used to today. And that was one of the problems. And as time went on, Penny's and Sears found those stores were a little bit too small for what their future plans were. So the world changed around us. But certain good businesses still survive, and they make the changes that they need to do to change their business. And Dave and his family have done that for 50 years. And you adapt to what the conditions are, and you stay in business. So Dave, tell us what you do now.
Well, we pretty much are doing trophies, engraving, and plaques. We still do wedding invitations. We've done that the entire time. We do gold leaf foil stamping. We've been doing that, and
a long time. And tell everybody with the ring around Elgin and that event going on this month, you're hot as far as wedding invitations. They're coming to you, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. At one time back in the 70s and 60s, we were doing a lot of wedding orders because we pretty much had the whole town, the whole area locked up.
Sure.
But then as you get competition, you got to keep plugging away and start doing some new things to try to recapture all that business. And we're still doing that.
Yeah, well, with a lot of folks not printing anymore, you still print those invitations. Folks love that, don't they?
Yeah, they do, especially with the gold foil stamping. And no one in there that has a print shop has foil stamping, and we have that.
That's great, Mayor.
And Dave, you do a lot of custom work for people. They'll come in and they can tell you, this is kind of what we want. We're doing a thematic kind of wedding. You do those things for them as well. I saw some with a Cubs and Sox, for a Cubs and Sox fans that got married, and I think that's great. And you know, we're doing a great thing in Elgin with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and it's been very successful. First they did a ride around on a bus. This year I believe we're going to do a walk around in certain areas to talk about wedding locations in downtown Elgin, and I think that this becomes part of the whole package. Is that you come to Elgin, you can get your invitations here, you can have your reception here, you can have a beautiful spot to do your wedding, and that means a lot and brings businesses to the downtown, brings people downtown.
So many things, and for the city, Foxtrot, that great medal's all yours, isn't it?
We do the Foxtrot trophies. And we do trophies for a lot of places.
Short Film Festival, you're the best in show. What the people vote on is you, isn't it?
Right, a lot of schools too. I do a lot of stuff for, say, Edwards and Larkin and Elgin High School and a lot of different schools.
Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it?
It is, and you know, it's Dave does trophies for people, and you know, people come in, they do a little thing for their club or a small golf tournament, something like that. Dave's the kind of guy that can still do that, and it's very hard to find people that do those kind of things anymore.
Quickly.
Absolutely.
The car show at the Grand Victoria in the recent years, you've got these gigantic trophies there.
Yeah, car shows have been something new that was been coming to me, and they're starting to come. It's amazing.
You always like to bring out your car for that, don't you, Mayor?
Yeah, right. I usually am on foot. That's my reputation. And Dave's located in right in downtown Elgin, off Highland Avenue, right at kitty corner from the post office, and that's part of what makes Elgin a great place for people to come and shop. Parking lot right across the street.
Yeah. Plenty of room.
There's plenty of room down here. So I think that's one of the things that we really have to trumpet for our community, is that it can still be friendly, still pedestrian friendly as well, and you can get just about anything you want down here, and there's a lot of places to go.
And you and your lovely wife, happy to answer the phone at 847-742-5434.
Correct. When someone comes down to the store, one of the first questions I ask them is, do you have a theme for what you're trying to do? Do you have a logo? We like to do logos on all the objects we engrave and print.
Wonderful.
And Jeff, I think that part of we're going to have some special time here in the next upcoming months with weddings and things going on in Elgin. And as part of this, I think that Dave Anderson and our local downtown businesses are very supportive of what we try to do as a community. And it's been a struggle, and it goes back for 25 years. We went through a lot of TIF money to create the infrastructure for people. And my comment's always been the same. I can't find a business for somebody or can't make them successful in their business, but the city has an obligation to provide the infrastructure and the foundation for them. They build on the foundation, and Dave and his family have done that for over half a century, and that's what we try to do. And I think that it welcomes new businesses downtown. We provide some grants to help people change buildings and upgrade the facades and do things like that. So there are some things that we can do to help, but it's a struggle for many communities just like ours, trying to bring people, and that's why we treasure the people that stay committed to the downtown.
Since 1961. Now, you've got pictures of all your previous locations, don't you?
I do.
Remind us of some of those addresses. 170 DuPage Court, or DuPage Street.
Right, and then 170 DuPage, which is now was 141 Fountain Square Plaza.
That's great.
And then we moved to Chicago Street, 165 East Chicago Street. Then we moved next to Keeney Sporting Goods on Douglas at 21 Douglas. And now I'm here at 27 North Grove.
You have the busiest corner around. The traffic's right with us, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
It always stops in to see everybody right here. We're about 3 minutes left, Mayor.
Yeah, and it's a good traffic spot and a lot of good things going on in the community. And Dave, maybe you can tell me, you've been in business downtown for a long time. What are the changes that you've seen, both positive and not positive, in the downtown?
Changes. I remember when this town was bustling with people. In fact, there's times where a person would drive downtown and want to park on a street. You'd have to drive around for 20 minutes trying to find a spot.
Because you see the last 2 years of the watch factory when Dad opened up here.
Yeah, I was basically in college when they tore that down, so I didn't get to see a lot of that. And Elgin Community College moved when I was away from the Army, so I didn't get to see that move. But yeah, it's changed a lot, and as people want to come downtown, I think, because I get parents who come down with their kids and say, hey, because they bought invitations from us 30, 40 years ago, and people will come down. People will come downtown if there's something here to come to.
Print it and they will come, I think, is your new catchphrase.
Yeah, that's true.
or make it.
Dave, one of the things that we see changing in businesses, we talk about it a lot at the state and local level, is the fact that people start to use the internet. And they shop over the internet. Is that something that we need to look at? Is that something that you do? And how do you advertise yourself?
We're down to about 30 seconds.
Well, I use the internet. As far as my wedding business, I don't like that when people use the internet, because I want them to come in the store, because they can't get help on the internet, but they can come in the shop and they get all kinds of ideas and help. So you really need that touch, that personal touch, and you can't get that on the internet. And
that's helped you out in recent times, because folks want that, and you can deliver that. Now, before we go, the mayor's got a little...
Yeah, I have a disclaimer to make. I don't accept gifts very often, but Dave gave me a gift a couple years ago, and I'm very proud of it. There's another one that I know of that is in Colorado with Jeff Swoboda, and celebrates the Cubs World Series victory, and really appreciated it. Sits in a spot in my home. I enjoy it every time I look at it, except when the Cubs lose in the 9th inning.
Any Chicago Cub material is always legal. Well, Dave, we appreciate all your great work right here at 27 North Grove, and what Dad started way back when. It's been wonderful. And your lovely wife is so effective as well.
Yes, she is. She does most of the wedding writing. In fact, I try to steer her to that, and I try to keep on the production side, where I do the printing and the engraving.
We almost had you try out for the Cubs a couple years ago. You might come back for the bullpen.
Hey, I could go. They might be looking for me. I keep hoping up. Jeff, it's been great. We'll see you again next month.
All right, we've been at 27 North Grove, the great folks of Anderson with an E. Trophies, plaques, wedding invitations, everything. Thanks.
Lots of things. Thank you.
Nice shirt.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations. And you too, Mayor. Nice shirt. We're out of here. Busy time it was. Thanks for being with us with our segment with Mayor David Captain. The Elgin rendition of National Night Out Against Crime, it always starts at the Elgin Police Facility, where city dignitaries, police and fire personnel, costume characters all gather as they head out to various block parties throughout the city, and also ending up at Festival Park. We talked first with Councilmember Toby Shaw, his thoughts about this night.
You bet. We are ready again this year. It's a beautiful night out. It's a great night just to appreciate those folks that serve and protect our community, as well as just connect with the residents in their own neighborhoods. And so it's a great opportunity to really reach out, get to talk to people about things that are going on in their local community and their local streets. And looking forward. It's a place where people are opening up their homes. They've come together with their neighbors, and so it's a time for, I think, people are much more open and willing to talk to you, and just kind of get to meet them and see what issues that are going on in their neighborhood and what things that they're excited about here in the community as well. It's much broader than just a police night in my mind. And
well, it's certainly sunny conditions in Elgin, as we see right now with the sun coming out. Now, you usually get some pretty good food along the way. What do you look for?
Well, I got to be careful. You know, a little bit at each stop is prudent because
you guys have 4 stops, don't you?
Yes, the 4th stop is down at Festival Park, so you don't get as much free food down there. But along the way, you just need to pace yourself because you don't want to do too much on that first stop and then miss out on the second one.
Our crew traveled to Elgin's far west side to Good Shepherd Church and School. We talked with Dave Poole, who helped organize this event.
We started out actually, Jeff, about 3 years ago. This is what we're calling our 3rd annual community block party, to support not only our Elgin police and agencies that are, a huge part of what we're all about here in Elgin, but also to be good neighbors. As Good Shepherd, we're trying to be good neighbors to our neighborhood and to the west side community, the far west community, which is why we moved out here. We came out here from our old building on Van Street that was there. We're celebrating our 80th year this year. Wow. So this is actually a milestone year for us as well. And we just want to share. We have 15 acres of open grass out here. We want to have parties. We want to be good to our neighborhood. They're good to us. We want to return the favor and be good neighbors.
And on to Festival Park we went, where we saw a very unique competition involving the Elgin SWAT team and the National Guard. They were pulling 21,000-pound armored vehicles competition, and Elgin SWAT team was a winner. It was great to watch. Later that same night, we saw Elgin's newest city council member, and he told us about his night.
We're out and about meeting the neighbors. We had a lot of good opportunities to talk, to mix and mingle with a lot of the youth out here in this community, a lot of the folks, listening to their issues, listening to their concerns. So it's been great.
It's great to take that back, isn't it, the council and other council members, to some of the thoughts you get tonight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. For the most part, a lot of it relates to infrastructure in the community. Those are most of the concerns. You have people that are concerned about parking, but people are enthusiastic of where the city's going, right? I always say we have a lot of assets in this community. We need to continue increasing those assets, and people are loving what we're doing, the engagement, the fact the community is involved here too as well. People are enthusiastic of where the city of Elgin's going, as I am. Aren't you?
Yes,
All
well
right.
said.
All right.
Festival Park here is a great scene, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's actually one of those assets, right? Mm-hmm. It's one of those assets. We need to continue increasing the number of events that we host here in this community, specifically at this location. So it's a wonderful location. People are always taking advantage of it. I come down here myself all the time, right, with my family.
Here, as we get a chance here on Elgin today, Kerry O'Connor is here from the Elgin Sports Hall of Fame. Kerry, how are you, sir?
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
We're so excited. The month of September, we've had great things going on. The announcement of the new 5 inductees into the Elgin Sports Hall of Fame on the wall right here at the Edward Schock Center of Elgin. Remind us how we can get tickets for the November 3rd induction ceremony.
You can get those online through our online sign-up, or you can call Gus Vaughn. His number is also on our online portal, elginsportshalloffame.org.
And you can see all the folks that are in the hall right now. And come on out here, the Edward Schock Center of Elgin. All the pictures of everybody who ever has been inducted in the wall and hall are right here as well. Kerry, we're excited. Congratulations. The Elgin Sports Hall of Fame is a great community event.
It's a wonderful event. We get to honor Elgin student athletes and athletes that have gone on beyond high school and college, and we are recognizing those athletes and our scholarship winners at our banquet.
On November 3rd, it is 5 o'clock for the social hour, 6 o'clock for the meal, and then the induction and the athletes themselves. Carrie O'Connor, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
From the Edward Chalk Center of Elgin. You can learn more about the information you saw here in Elgin today or about city services, programs, and events by going to the Elgin website at www.cityofelgin.org. And now the City of Elgin has a 311 contact center. Elgin 311. Call, click, connect by calling 311, the city's information and request resource. And for Jeremy Hayes, this is Jeff Myers speaking. Thanks for watching Elgin Today.